welcome to Real Times. I'm Carrie Obedzinski with TimesMicrowaveSystems, an Amphenol company. And this is Real Times, our vlog where we talk about industry trends, new products, and everything coax. With me today is Kevin Moyher, one of our senior product managers. And today we're going to talk about LMR and specifically how LMR is looked at in the marketplace, right? And why it's so important that you make sure you buy LMR products. So Kevin, thanks for joining me today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So LMR, what does that mean?
Well, LMR it was designed as a product a little over 30 years ago. Wow. to address a lot of the weaknesses in coaxial cable that were out in the market at the time. You know, the corrugated cables and RG cables, they all have their weaknesses, you know, in terms of maybe the corrugated cables are very stiff, very difficult to work with. The RG cables really are not meant for outdoors and to be out in the weather, out in the sun, out in rain, that type of thing. And they're also very lossy, solid polyethylene, solid PTFE type cables. So LMR addressed a lot of that. So it's been out there for over 30 years. You know, the LMR is our name brand. You know, we developed that product, and it's a very robust, you know, handles lots of general purpose RF applications.
So LMR is actually trademarked by TimesMicrowaveSystems. So that means nobody else in the market can actually use the LMR name. So you need to be careful. What we've noticed is people are using it, and we're diligent to, you know, combat that. But how do you protect yourself if you're a customer looking to buy LMR cables? How do you know you're buying TimesMicrowave LMR?
You're best off. I mean, our cables, we print our name on all the cables, our name, our phone number. In the case of, you know, riser rate or plenum rated cables, our UL file number, our government cage code. But you really want to go to an authorized distributor to get these products. If you go onto our website, you go onto the resources, soft tab at the top of the website, you'll see all our distributors listed in alphabetical order with all the contact information. That's where you want to buy the product from. You know, there's a lot of people out there pretending to sell LMR or LMR type products, like we mentioned, clones, and then there's actual copies out there too, where people are basically counterfeit products. So you want to be very careful. Go to authorized distributors.
Because if they're trying to sell it as LMR, it might not necessarily be. What could happen if they actually put a fake or a clone product into their, you know, process instead of using real LMR?
Well, that's a great question, and that's you hit on something that's really important. And you know, I know there's a lot of people out there that they're very innocently ending up with something that's a clone product, thinking that they're getting the real thing. And you know, our cables is optimized for electrical performance, mechanical performance, and environmental performance. As we mentioned, the LMR product's been out there for over 30 years. We've never seen a UV failure over 30 years of product. We see some of these clones, you know, just 2 or 3 years out in direct sunlight and UV. You know, the jacket's failing. Once you take in moisture, you know, your RF interconnect is done. You know, so and then just in terms of the electrical performance itself. A lot of these cables, they just don't hold up. There's lots of things we do with our cable, as we mentioned, to optimize the electrical and performance, environmental performance. We don't want moisture to migrate down through the cable, so we bond the dielectric to the center conductor, the outer conductor to the dielectric. We pressure the jacket into the braid. These things we do. It also stabilizes from a mechanical standpoint when the cable's being flexed. The cable is actually designed to perform with flexure to some degree. We don't consider LMR a high flex product. We have other products that do that. But when you compare the LMR, the real original true LMR, to a lot of these clones are out there, the LMR is so much superior in terms of flex performance with flexure over some of these clones. So there's a lot of weaknesses with these clones. And, you know, the customer can actually, you know, end up very disappointed. You know? So that's what we're trying to avoid. You know, our reputation's on the line. You know, people think it's our product, and we want to make people aware that, hey, just be aware, make sure you use the real product, and you'll be in good shape.
Where are a lot of these fakes and clones made?
We're seeing fakes and clones coming from a number of different countries. For the most part, offshore, China, Taiwan, Vietnam, Korea, South Korea. Where most of that stuff comes from.
What about LMR?
LMR is made here in the U.S. Our LMR is made here in North America for North America market. It's made in Wallingford, Connecticut. We do that because there are so many requirements in the U.S. for U.S. made product, for the military, for infrastructure, People want U.S. made product, and we're right here. Our phone number's on the cable.
Yep.
If you have any issues, any questions, any technical support, you call us. We're here. We answer the phone, and we'll help you.
And with that, I think if you're interested in learning more about some of our other LMR products, there's a lot of other real times and information on our website. If you have any additional questions, you can also message us at realtimes@timesmicro.com. That's REEL. And thank you for watching. Until next time, stay healthy and be well.